Welcome to the Hutts Hangout. Grab your blasters and bloom it because we're about to deep dive into the game where Hutts rule and three scoundrels rule. On this episode, we got myself, Aussie Mike, Womprat as usual, and a very special guest, Ranger from Reality Skewed Gamers. How are you going, Ranger?
I'm alive.
You're alive.
I'm alive. God.
Yeah.
Fridays are always, as of course you guys record this on Saturday. Friday nights. Well, I stream Friday in the afternoon. We get warmed up and then we do Scribe Gaming stream with everybody. That's just afterwards. And yesterday was a trip. Oh, so much
Yeah.
drinking, so much silliness, just straight silliness. So I'm alive.
Yeah.
I'm a man of my word. Said I'd
I
be
know.
here with all you schemers. And
Now,
here I
I,
am.
now I did say I would try and get a report about is Scribble alive. I will send the message now whilst Ranger is going through this bit.
I wonder if he is. Man, oh man. And we tried to stop him from taking shots last night. Like when the community jumped in, me and Kadar jumped in. We're like, you don't take any more shots. But he did a few more afterwards because like, it's not right. Shut up. I'm like, all right, brother, I ain't gonna argue with you, man. We're trying to help you, man.
Yeah.
Like if you keep in the space, you are going to die.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna die.
Have you heard of alcohol poisoning?
Uh, well, he's smart like I am. When we're doing that, I do a lot of precautions. I drink a lot of water, like before and after. You have to. And then my trick is if you're there's a thing out there called zebiotics you can take because really what happens when you drink that much alcohol, it's your gut that's stuff that happens that causes you to feel hungover and stuff. Counteraction to that, if you don't have that, is drink something with electrolytes in it, Gatorade, or some water with some stuff in it, and then take like some Aleve, aspirin, Tylenol, something like that before you go down, and it'll lessen the hangover
All right.
um, the next morning,
So,
so your head doesn't feel like it's going to pop.
yeah, we do have a report from Scribble. The hangover won this morning. He was dead. However, I'm not too bad now. It was definitely worse this morning. So, yeah, we have an alive Scribble still, which is what we want.
This is what, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, right? 1 o'clock for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the fact that he was dead this morning, thanks to the hangover, shows we may have all had too much last night. But honestly, guys, like, don't do what we do. We keep you guys entertained. You guys help us. I should be able to drink next week, which is going to be nice for me because I haven't been allowed for a couple of weeks because waiting for operations. But yeah, all good.
Yeah.
So we're going to break the order. How are you, Mike?
Uh,
Haha.
yeah. I'm okay. I'm okay. I think I'm starting to get like a cold. My nose is a bit like congested and snivelly, but yeah, I'm okay. I'm getting there. I have won 2 GACs on the trot because this guy can't mathematically cannot come back. He's dropped too many battles, so I'm what 3 or 4 battles into Kyber 1, like losses before I can start to stress. So yeah,
Hey,
not too
you'll
bad.
be catching that ranger up. You'll be catching that ranger up.
I should probably have a
I'm right
look at
around
it.
30. I'm always around 3,700, but then I just got squished another 50 points. Like I because it's set 25. I've only gone 5 and 4 though. I think the last 3 GACs, including 3v3 and 5v5, it's just been brutal because you just get these interactions with this damn set that you're just like, oh, I'm dead on a counter that I use religiously all the time. Okay, cool. All right, that
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah,
So I hate it. But I mean GAC I usually go 6 and 3, but with the squish, if I could see between 37, 3,900 after each GAC, then I'm good to go. So It's funny, Ozzy Mike, we go way back, but I've never actually been on a stream or seen you live before, man. We go way back.
Yeah.
I just realized that, like, I was sitting there going, oh, it's my boy Ozzy Mike, yay, and all this stuff. And then I'm like, well, that's the first time I've actually hung out
Yeah.
live with Ozzy Mike on anything. That's freaking wild, man. I don't know how that didn't happen.
Yeah, like, because I haven't really like done a lot of like this is basically what I do, right? Like I don't do GAC and
Right.
stuff, so and it's just never been a great time for you, which is like that's fair. Like it's stupid o'clock in the morning, and yeah. But I said that to Womp actually as well. Like this is the first
Yeah.
time I've actually done anything with you, so it's exciting.
That's
and
wild
yeah,
because we we go way back, like
I
way
reckon,
back, man. We're some old crusty turds, so this will be fun.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be doing this.
Yeah.
And I was even like I think I don't even know how long. Like it'd be over like nearly 2 years or something, probably.
Yeah.
Well,
Trying to think.
you followed Ranger the week after I came to Twitch properly,
Yeah.
which was nearly 3.5 years ago.
Fuck off.
I'm not joking.
That's way too long. That's like nah. That's
the reason I came to Twitch was because of the guild that I was in was saying, "Oh yeah, check out this streamer and this streamer. They do all these counters and shit." And it was like, shit.
I mean,
I've been using YouTube and now I've got Twitch and yeah.
I mean, it could have been
More
but
info.
It doesn't feel that
Well,
long.
we've been in. How long have we've been in? What, MC3?
I've only been in there
MC3
recently.
a year and a half.
But I mean, mom midichlorians for a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
It's
but it's like
it's been a while.
And I mean, like it would be more likely for you to interact with me because you're one of like the original like content creators, right? For SWGoH. So, whereas I'm sort of only, we're coming
Newer
up
to
to
the
2
game.
years now, right? I think
Yeah,
this
this
year will be 2
is
years. We've done the 1 year
episode
anniversary.
84, so
Yeah. So,
we're flying through.
Yeah, even that doesn't feel that
Which is
long
nice.
either, but yeah.
Well, it goes by. I'm about to hit 10 years here in June, so like wow. Oh
It's
man,
nuts, eh?
what have I done?
When you start to look back at
What
it.
have I done?
I had my second year of streaming in November, and it was like, where the fuck did 2 years go? We only celebrated a year like a month ago. What's going on?
Wait a minute. Stupid time.
Yeah.
And just think, we've all got daylight savings coming, which is where it all gets thrown out the window again.
I know. They got to get rid of that, man. Seriously.
My state, or like some parts of Australia do daylight savings, but we don't. So it really messes with me because like America is different to the UK, and I don't even do it. So like I'm not even thinking about it. And then all of a sudden, Wombrat's like, "Oh, we got to start an hour later." And I'm like, what? So instead of a 10 o'clock start, it's been 11 o'clock at night, and yeah, but it's good fun.
Well, what the plan is this year is we're going to try and target the same time in the US for the whole time. So I will move my start times. Mike moves a little bit, but it means that most of our audience, it doesn't affect. Because surprisingly, we have a large American audience that watch probably as they're waking, going, we need coffee. We just want to hear what the bullshit he uses.
All right, so I guess we should do like an intro, I guess, with Ranger. Not that you need an intro, but we'll go through all that sort of stuff. So you're actually guildmate of, well, I guess we're a guildmate of yours because you've been there for longer.
I know. I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest person still playing in this alliance. I think 7 years. I've been almost going on 8 years. I've been in MC3.
Yeah.
I started off at MC2, but when I first joined Mall MC, they had just I think that's when they had just done the merger, and then it was in MC2, and then I remember back in the day they asked me to go because they wanted to build up the other guilds. So they said, "Can you move to MC3 and help build that out?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I've been stuck there ever since, and I've been very happy with being stuck there. Um, and a lot of players have come and gone since then. Obviously, do a lot of recruiting for. I'm the face for the recruitment for YMC, and I just send them like, "Yo, you want to join? Go talk to Saul. Go talk to Boss. Go talk to these folks over here." But I will
Yeah,
put the word out. So, yeah.
You are that
it is.
poster Uncle Sam wants you. That's
Yeah,
you.
that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, oh God, we've got to take the More MC logo at some point, make a hat with it, put it on Ranger digitally, and have him sat like that
Yeah.
just for that picture.
That wouldn't be a bad
That's right.
idea. Yeah. Yeah.
More
We're-
MC wants you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh
So
no.
where is your account sitting at the moment, like GP wise?
Currently I'm at 14.5 million, almost 14.6.
Yeah.
And it's just never ending. Holy moly guacamole. Currently I'm working on rounding out the Afro team to 7. I just did like all the new characters and teams. I want to do that and then get that up and running. And then I'm going to start hoarding because signal data. The one thing that slows me down more than anything is not Relic 8 or Relic 9 or salvage or anything like that. It's literally flawless signal data. I just can't get it fast enough, even with doing crystal refreshes and stuff. And it just makes it hard to go higher, top tier relics. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then I'm working on the new characters. I think Play is 70 and then Vel's like 65 at the moment, but I'm
Yeah.
not going too crazy on that. Um, just because as long as I only purchase to stay in the top 10, just so I'm getting that Relic 10 material. Right now, I'll make a bigger push on these new characters. I know a lot of people are not, but as I try to be as a content creator, I know a lot of them are right now are not, but I'm like, I'll get the new characters. I'll be the guinea pig. I'll go in there and um, get the characters to, relics and dick around with them and get the new legendaries. So, but yeah, it's wild how I'm just sitting here looking at all these characters I'm still working on that I just did a buttload of tens and nines and a bunch of sevens. I'm like, I still have more sevens to do. This is ridiculous.
How many relic tens are you sitting on?
I've got two in my pocket. I just did Maul and Stranger to 10.
Yep.
Because I thought that would be a fun team and to put that like on our TW defense and GAC defense, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So I've got two banked right now, working on a third bank. I haven't decided yet. Like I think I'm going to take up Lord Vader after this just to pop him to 10 because I really like what he gets at Relic 10. So it'll be another one, and I'll keep a couple in my back pocket because we know just around the corner is going to be a GL or something crazy that's going to require some Relic 10 and stuff. The servos are not the issue. It's just how slow it is to get the that purple piece. It's 2 and 1 each time. So I've just been basically using our Ray rewards to get Relic 10 material and just hoard it for right now.
Okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
What did you get them
So
all to 7 stars? The
Yes, yes. Yeah, all
so
the characters. I always get the characters of 7 stars. I hate the new era leveling system. It is what it is. So I work within the confines of the system. But for me, getting a character to 7 stars, I don't mind doing it, even though the big running joke is every time for the last 10 years since plus that I've been doing this game, I get all the marquees and I roll a bunch of fives and sevens on the pull. It's horrible. I've never hit a big pull on any of this stuff. So I have to do it the traditional way. I get into 6 stars and then, during the week, farm it up, get it to 7. Because for me, time, less farming for me is important because the amount of time we're spending in this game right now, like this last conquest was absolutely brutal. with these FTCs and stuff. So anywhere I can cut time down on anything that'll save me time in the future, brother, you $30. Yeah, I got, because usually I've got the crystals because GAC and all the other activities I do. Getting One Fleets allows me to build up my crystals for each of these new characters when they come in, just to pop that big 12-pack pull and then take it from there.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go away from SWGoH for one moment with Ranger, because for those that don't know, he does a shit ton for charity, which is why he's usually drinking shoeys and Fernet and all the other not so nice drinks that we have to deal with. And he raises a heck ton of money, guys. So we want him to speak a little bit about that here, simply because it is kind of important. It is a really big part of what his streams are. So please, please imp your shit there, because I'm going to be stealing your link and throwing in YouTube afterwards as well. So
yeah. There's a couple links. There's two routes that I go. We mainly partner with, and I've done a ton of charities stuff with other individuals, whether it's be for Morton, those guys back in the day. When it came to vets, I would jump in as much as I could to help them raise money. We've done other stuff like the stuff that happened with Minnie. Everybody remembers Minnie. Also Earth Rocker. Those are separate things. But our main primary focus is the American Cancer Society. We've been partnered with them for, I think, for 8 years now, going on 8 years. And I've raised over $100,000 for them just through our efforts with
Great effort.
what the American Cancer Society, because cancer affects all of us. It's affected me, and it's affected everybody. Everybody knows somebody that's either had cancer, survived cancer, lost them to cancer. And so we decided a long time ago that a lot of the effort would go into that. So one of the things we do is we do the big charity streams, which is where we raise money, we play games, we be goofy. I drink ridiculous nonsense, or I eat. In the past, I've eaten like ridiculous food. I've done every hot challenge you could think of, known to man. But I think it got figured out a long time ago. I love hot food, so that wasn't as much of a crazy thing to do, even though it is crazy to eat the chocolate and all that stuff, right?
Have you done one with
But
Vegemite, where you have to eat Vegemite?
I've had Vegemite before. I
Like
like
straight?
that.
You like it?
Yeah, I've eaten
Yeah,
Vegemite
yeah.
before. It's okay. Yeah, I'm not a picky eater. I like trying new stuff and eating different foods and stuff like that. So that really wouldn't be much of a challenge,
Yeah, okay.
you know.
yeah,
But so that's one side of it. But the other side is I do a lot of stuff raising money. And we've done children's hospital visits in the past, and I do a lot of stuff to raise money by doing cosplays. So if you've never seen me before, I have a full Beskar authentic Mandalorian costume that I wear. We just did a mall cosplay for this past Halloween, where I was in with the eyes and the horns and the full makeup and the whole works. We did that one recently. I've done Darth Revan in the past. So we do cosplays. I actually whipped out the old Darth Revan costume 2 Fridays ago. Was it last Friday? Yeah, last Friday we did that. We raised some money. So I have a thing, it's my PayPal, it's a Tiltify. And then I do the nasty stuff. I drink what are known as shoeys. Ozzy Mike, you know what the hell those things are. That's a leftover tradition from that Muppet Heinze. So putting Foster's into a shoe, and as a grown ass man drinking it. And then other nasty shots, but it's all for fun. And so I use the PayPal link to raise money, and for costuming, because that stuff's not that stuff is not cheap to put together and or get, right. It's one thing to get the costume, but as Lost Swamp knows, when I got the Beskar stuff, I had to get additional supplies because I did all the armor painting and stuff like that on it, things of that nature. So that's what that's for. So we have the Tiltify link. The Tiltify link is just if you want to donate straight to the American Cancer Society. We have an ongoing campaign, and then the PayPal is what I use for all the stuff I do for the cosplay. And then I'll go out and do parades and other stuff that brings awareness to the ACS. We're getting ready to do MegaCon in March 19th through the 22nd. I'll be in those costumes, and people love to get their picture taken with me, especially in the Beskar costume. Oh my god. And we'll hand out bracelets and make awareness and stuff like that. And we also use everything we make through Twitch and stuff goes toward the general fund for RSG, and we use that to do stuff like make a con, and then we'll go around and we'll get a whole bunch of stuff, and then we'll get an autograph, like Ashley, a Ahsoka, a fun pop-up, we'll get it signed by Ashley Eckstein, stuff like that. We'll get all these autographs, and then we'll use that as giveaways, as incentives to use for the charity for goals. We hit these goals, and we'll do giveaways, and then and you can see it on our Tiltify link if you go there. You go there, you can see that there's different reward track levels, and there's stuff you can get your hat in the ring for. So that's how we've always done it.
Has Kate watched Lord of the Rings yet? Did you reach that, right?
We did, but Kate, she's been going through a few things, so I told her no rush on that. I'm like, when we get some time, and your life isn't so topsy-turvy, poor Kate. She's been going through some things. I was like, yeah, we'll do that. But yeah, that was one of the goals, and we will do that. And she wants to do it, just poor Kate. She's got a lot going on. And I was like, don't worry about it, because that's my girl Kate, and we go way back. And I was like, yeah, don't worry about it. I know what. You do you, and when things settle down, then we'll go back and do that. So, and yeah, so yeah, that was one of the fun things. And people will offer things like that, their time and things of that nature for the ACS.
And this is the thing, it's like whenever Ranger's doing something in costume, he can barely ever see sometimes, and it is a case of, like last time, the headphones were around his neck so he could hear. And I was effectively the TTS of, this person has said this, Ranger, and then Ranger can respond. When we did the walking around with you in Mando, that was hilarious, because I had to tell it to Desi. Desi had to tell it to Ranger, and then Ranger would say the response, and it'll be, oh god, here we go. And it was great fun. Like, we have such a good time. And honestly, guys, whatever you can do, the ACS is a massively good cause. Yes, I'm a Brit. I don't benefit from it. But if they cure it, or they find a cure for even one strain, that will not stay in the US. That will go worldwide. So helping one group find one cure helps every fucker. There's the answer.
That's the great thing about the American Cancer Society. They have two things that they really focus in on. One is resources for people that get those dreaded words, you have cancer. And a lot of their funding goes to either helping with bills or getting a place for someone to stay to go get treatment, or rides to get treatment. That's one aspect, for an example, of what the American Cancer Society does. And then the other side of it is, as you know, to find a cure, so that when you get those dreaded words, you have cancer, but not to worry. If you take this pill for the next week, you'll be fine. That's the goal. That's what we want to do, right? To come up with better treatments for cancer, things of that nature, not chemotherapy, all that stuff. We want better treatments that either eradicate it or improve life expectancy. So yeah, those are the two big things that they do.
And like it really can affect like anybody. So my auntie actually has throat cancer, and she's never smoked any cigarettes. Like nothing.
Doesn't matter,
and it's just she's had it for probably 8 or 9 years now, and just goes through all the new sort of development drugs and stuff like that. But really, really unfair who it can affect sometimes, and it is what it is. But
so every little bit helps. So we'll do the links and all that stuff, and if you'd like to donate, we do have an active campaign. And and then as people know, when I'm streaming, and I stream a lot, you can always go clink, and I do shoeies and all that stuff. And one of the reasons I work out religiously like I do and drink the water is because of that. I gotta stay really healthy to be able to drink and vibe that kind of alcohol. So Every morning, during the week, I'm at the gym, and then if I'm not at the gym, I'm sitting here drinking 96 ounces of water every day, so I can be nice and cleansed and hydrated. So when those magical words appear on the stream, I'm just like, okay, I'm ready for this.
Yep.
Some people train for
I've got to admit,
marathons.
Oh,
I've got to admit, it's that moment of it can be either quite extreme going, and then all you see in chat is clink clink, and Ranger's
yeah.
like, I was finishing in 5 minutes,
No,
and
it's like,
it's that moment of I don't want to look in the PayPal, and before now it's been like 5 or 6 shots worth just sat in there, and it's
yeah.
like, oh god. And
Well,
guys, it's
the other reason I work
beautiful.
out is because those costumings and stuff, especially the best guard, I have to be in shape to wear that crap. That stuff
Yeah.
is heavy. So, um, and I'm not as young as I used to be, so I've got to really try to stay in shape to pull that off. So to wear it and look right and everything, and just be able to, because MegaCon I'll do like 8 hours of wearing that costume.
Yep.
And I will
Jesus
basically
Ranger
be a
Christ.
will
mess
be a
afterwards.
puddle. Ranger will be a puddle after
Yeah, I
of
will
his own
basically.
sweat.
Yeah, I will. When we get it off me, usually at MegaCon, I usually have to soak in the tub for about an hour, and then I'll go get some food and stuff. But I'll take a bunch of leave and everything because it's just heavy. It's like when I was in the military, except I'm not
Yep.
the young guy I was when I was in the military, wearing all that sheer amount of weight. So because we go full tilt, I've got the jetpack, it's all electronic, the full everything. I've got the dark saber, the whole works. So when I'm done wearing it, yeah, it's I'm just like, get that shit off me. It's like, get it off me. I can't wear this shit anymore. So yeah, it's heavy.
But for those that don't know, it takes about an hour for him to get into the Mando costume. I can
Yeah,
probably
45
say
minutes.
I can probably say religiously, it probably takes like 15 minutes to get out of it because it is
Yeah.
literally no, no, get it off, get it off.
Yeah, I'm just literally
Ripping
at
it.
that point ripping it off. Yeah, but we did get
Yeah.
a new helmet. One of the things that was causing me a lot of discomfort was the helmet that we had. So we got a new fitted helmet. It's really nice. It's got really good inside foam and stuff. And I'm excited finally to have a helmet that is that I've got the one behind me. It's on the shelf there. It's the FX, our Black Series helmet, and it's fine as a display, and you can wear it, but it's not very comfortable. It's just
Yeah.
not. I had to wear a sweatband and some other stuff to make it comfortable because it just sits in your head and you feel like your head's being squeezed. So we raised money and came up with a much better fitting helmet from a guy that does that stuff. I'm very grateful because I tried it out. I was like, oh, thank God. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna feel
Yeah.
like my head's being squished.
You almost probably need like the racing helmet that's got that padded foamy stuff that's sort of like breathable.
Yeah.
So you sort of got that support and whatever, but it's not like sticky and hot and yeah.
Well, we've got one of the things that we did, and it makes a big difference because we actually tested this in Vegas when I first was doing it, because we did a Vegas trip back in the day with everybody, um, with Heinzie and everybody there. I wore the costume, but I went outside on purpose. We have cooling fans in there, like little fans you would put in like your computer, your PC and stuff, and blow in air, and that it really works really well to keep me cool.
Yeah.
So that was a very smart idea we came up with for that costume.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, cooling fans are great. They're just never enough. There can never be enough cooling.
Well, they keep you cool. I'm gonna sweat. I don't mind sweating. It just to keep the fog out of the when you're wearing a helmet like that, right?
Yeah.
The condensation will fog up your thing because you saw that happen, loss when we were
Yes.
doing the one. The reason I had to stop that early is because my fan died and I
Yeah.
was just sweating and I couldn't see. I literally couldn't see. Normally I could see fine out of that helmet, but when the fan died, mm-mm. I was like, nope,
Yep.
get me home. I can't see.
Yep.
I can't walk around. It's too
Yeah.
much because I literally cannot see.
Yeah.
Big deal in chat said
But
maybe that's why stormtroopers can't hit anything.
I mean, I haven't worn this crap. Yes, I can believe it.
well, put it this way: when it was returned to car, Desi was pretty much hold hand, Ranger. I am taking you to it. It is that level of bad. I've worn helmets on stream. I've done cosplays wearing full helmets. Once you start getting the fog, it is fucking stop. And you're hoping whatever you've planned to stop that fog works. Because when it starts and it continues and it reaches that point where you can no longer see, it's over. Yeah. It is literally, nope, can't see my hand.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. So yeah.
So for those that wanting it, for those that are we will be putting all the links for this in the descriptions, guys. If you're on YouTube later listening to this or watching it, it's in there. If you're on Spotify, it will be in the descriptions, guys. I will make sure that they're there because I will just steal them off Ranger's page in probably about 10 minutes' time. Remember to. The joys. Other than that, guys, we will now go back to the proper news of SWGoH, but that is introducing Ranger to guys that may not know, but guys that do, please go and follow him. It is Reality Scoop Gaming on Twitch. If you're here and don't know Ranger, go and follow. You'll love it. Right. The news.
The news.
There isn't a lot of it, but at least we'll cover it. Before we touch the good stuff.
Yeah, there's a whole like 20 seconds worth of news, so.
Yeah, there really was a slow news week.
Yeah. Honestly, most of the news, guys, here is that the update was mostly back end. They're looking at answers for IPD. There's updates on their Trello board. If you really want to know what's going on with the bugs, use that link, guys. It tells you a hell of a lot more than what they put in the news. I do check it regular. I wouldn't advise people check it regular because it's dull. It is a dull read. But if you really want to know what's going on with bugs and you really want to see their turnaround time, it is bloody good. In comparison to some other companies, you would be surprised. They also talked about Zuckus and Forlon's issues where his protection is being miscalculated. His TB Army is working outside in certain weird game modes. And over Boskin working, and it's like, okay, just fix it, please.
That's the news.
So yeah, that is literally the news this week. It is stupidly short.
Yeah.
Now, for those that don't know Ranger, and for those that do, we've now had an image jump on screen of a certain Satele Shan.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why we asked Ranger on. Ranger, can you explain what you've asked for like the last fuck knows how many years into this
Satele Shan, yes, I've got yeah. Well, yeah, mainly because I played the hell out of Star Wars: The Old Republic. So when we got Malgus, I was like, well, we got to have Satele. I'm like, that's got to be around the corner, right? And then every conquest, as we get further away from Malgus, I'm like, she'll be the next one. It's got to be this turn, right? We got to get Satele this one. And then every time we did, I'm just like, is this turning into Red 5? Are we ever going to get Satele Shan? But we do finally are finally getting there, and I'm very very excited because she's an awesome character from the Old Republic games, and just an overall awesome character. So yeah, I'm finally excited to have her come into the game because I felt like, yeah, we made the Sith Empire from that time period pretty strong, but the Old Republic has fallen way behind, and I think she's a big boost for this team.
She's like great grandmother to Bastila, is that right? I don't know a lot about her.
Yeah. So Satele is the great granddaughter of Satele. So Revan, once upon a time, Revan and Bastila loved each other very much. They had a baby, and then a couple hundred years down the line, Satele comes along, and in a long line, of course, Force user. She is eventually becomes the Grand Master of the Jedi Order. And is one of the main protagonists of the setting. and she's awesome. And you have a lot of interaction with her. And then this version of Satele. If you've not seen the cinematics for the Old Republic, please go watch them. They're incredible. And this is her version on the Battle of Alderaan, when the Sith Empire invaded. The first cinematic is her when she's really young with her master on the station when the Sith Empire first invade. The second one is during the main war, where she faces Malgus again, and they go at it. And she does one thing they don't show in her kit, but there's a cool moment where Malgus gets the other hand, goes to stab her, and she actually uses her hand and the Force to block the saber as it's trying to penetrate her. She's sitting there holding it. Yeah, but all the moves that you see in her kit are exactly the moves that you see from the cinematic. Like Force Stun and Into the Fray are both moves they took directly from that cinematic. So it's pretty. They did a really good job with her kit, just for the look and feel of that moment from that um, cinematic for her kit.
And to be honest,
Like,
I think the one thing you can give props to CG for at the moment is their kits in the last year have been very good thematically. Like
Yes,
it used to just be like the names of the skills, but would be sort of like about the character. But now they're really like putting what seems to be that they're putting a lot of effort into getting the thematics right. So yeah.
yes, they look great. Yeah, the complaints I have with CG is not the characters. The characters for the last, as you said, last year have been phenomenal. They look great. They feel like the character. The actual kits are, yes, long, but they are very well thought out of like what this person did and their special moves and things of that nature. So yeah, I agree with you 1,000%. Because used to be a time back in the day, like we would get Joker face Sabine and stuff like that. Like, what is this? This is
yeah.
horrible. They've come a long way with just the look of the characters. They all look way better, and then their kits have improved greatly. You can tell there was some time and effort put into this.
Yeah.
So, so what we tend to do here, Ranger, is we don't actually read through the kits. We talk about the generalization of what the actual abilities
That's what
are
I do.
to
Yeah.
turn it into too long to read, didn't give a shit, this is the basic
Yeah.
sort of thing. Now, I don't know where the notes are, and I have messaged Ozzy Mike on two different things saying, where the fucking notes gone?
Oh, have you? Sorry.
Because I know
they're in. So where where all the other characters are, I've just made it at the very bottom of that. They've got like Claire, Vel, and that, and Satele is at the bottom of the list.
Oh, where the fuck did I have that link? That's going to be an interesting one to quickly find that
I'll
link for.
start to do it and I'll send it through to you.
Yeah, just fire it over because that makes it easier for me. In
All
fact,
right.
I know where it is. I know where it is. There it is. Got it.
Got it? Okay.
So, yeah. Satele Shan's kit. So, we did not get a post about this kit. There's the first bit. We didn't get a post, so we can't have the post up so you can actually reach it. But the basic is deals physical damage, 70% chance to inflict buff immunity, which I'm sure they moved away from percentage chance and were meant to be going to this potency tenacity bullshit, but okay. And
Her basic does a lot of nasty shit.
yeah. Yeah, I think the notes are slightly incorrect.
I could break it down for you. She like on her basic, she does buff immunity. If they're marked, she also does healing immunity. So when that team marks, and plus she does additional damage, the team does additional damage, right? Her big thing is she's a tank and she recovers a lot of protection and protects the team very well. She cannot be instant. There are limitations. If a GL's there, then some of this stuff goes out the window, as kind of on brand for a character that's not a GL. But a lot of protection recovery, a lot of stabilization for the team if somebody else gets targeted besides her, which is really hard because she's always taunting. If you've seen her in Conquest, she smacks. Her damage is fine and everything, but she's a beefy girl. She's gonna really uplift because she gives a couple of buffs to the team that help them, dish it out, a lot of stuns, things of that nature. But that
Yeah.
basic with her, with a lot of calls and shit, she's going to be, if somebody's marked, she's going to be putting healing immunity and buff immunity on them, and that's going to make this team a little bit more of a pain in the ass to deal with than normal. But yeah, I still haven't figured out how I'm going to mod her. I got to see her overall stats, kind of get a feel for that. So sometimes the tanks, we just want to go hard into defense and health, right? And go with either health or protection. I'm kind of leaning toward protection with her because of this the protection she generates. Um, and then if she's super fast, then I may go speed set, health set with a lot of protection, just so she gets going and stuff.
Yeah. So when it comes to the second special, the first special, sorry, there is the stun. There is all sorts of freaking extra shit going on.
Oh yeah.
She taunts for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled, which is quite big. If you've got Revan and Bastilla are allies, this stun can't be evaded or resisted.
Mm-mm.
Now it is so you are going to need Revan and Bastilla to make that work. If the
Right.
enemy target is already stunned, remove turn meter, which is gross. It is gross. If the target enemy is marked, gain bloody 100% defense, pen, and offense stacking. That's like, you'd think, oh yeah, that's the end of the freaking first special. And it's like, no, if she has defense up and tenacity up, dispel them, gain defensive ward. And if there are no
Great
galactic
defense, yeah.
legends, all Jedi gain stacks of Jedi training. Like, honestly, I like the first special. It sounds fun. It sounds interesting. And like, yeah, let's play with that shit. The problem is for me at the moment, like, I've tried to sit and break down, and like that first one to make it irresistible is I've got to take Revan off JML.
Yes.
Who am I replacing Revan on JML with? Because I need the mark to get round taunt. There's the problem. And it's more getting around lock taunts than normal taunt. Because
Well, it
we
makes
have
me
others.
yeah, it makes me think that not only I think we're going to get some more Old Republic Jedi or characters because the team that's
Yeah.
currently there, a little bit older kids, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of Jedi or some characters for the Old Republic to fill that out a little bit more with newer stuff. And also, I think we might get another Jedi or something that's going to kind of slot cut into that Revan spot, right?
Yeah.
It does something
Like,
similar.
something needs to happen there because it's like JML with Revan is seriously goddamn good. Yes, you're gonna have Jedi Cal and Knight Luke in there, which all remove buffs on basic. So when they assist, they're going to remove that taunt. But the reason I'm coming back to it is when you get a lock taunt, you don't remove it. And Revan literally just goes, no, I'm ignoring you. I'm going there. And that's what we all use him for. Yes, 99% of the fights that we actually do, we probably don't need. We could probably do it without him. But this is taking him away regardless if you want that to be an irresistible. And as an irresistible stun, is it the stun that's completely irresistible?
Yeah.
Yeah. A completely irresistible stun on a cooldown of, what was it now? A cooldown of 3. That's pretty quick. And I would be very tempted. So, overall, really strong ability. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as I said, her whole thing is the mark, as I said, it really makes the Jedi plus they're getting bonuses to not only hurt the enemy, stun, do all this stuff, especially on a marked tune, but they're also like there's a lot of uh recovery in that team. Like if somebody I think gets to 20%, then the health gets set back to like the enemies like percentage and stuff. It's a crazy kit. I think the Old Republic, but it's like I'm like thinking of the team. It's gonna be Revan, Basila, Jolie, Zalbar. But do you really need Zalbar on the team? It's like no. Mission, Canderous. That makes me think we may get another Old Republic Jedi. Just like you have the Canderous, Karth, Onassi, Mission, Zalbar kind of thing, and then you have an Old Republic Jedi team. So I think we might get another Jedi. I could be wrong here. But I think in the near future we might get a character that makes the fifth on that team a Jedi, like either attacker or supporter, and that'll make that team kind of crazy. And I think we might get another Jedi for Luke because, as you said, that mark is important. Like you can still do really good work with when you got Cal, Luke, Herbert, Yoda, and stuff in that team. Holy moly, that thing! Like all you're doing is getting Cal to his his instant kill.
Yeah.
And then controlling the team with Luke with stuns and things of that nature with JML with the Billy blocks. But it is nice to have the Revan. So losing that does suck. But I do think the benefits outweigh the loss because I can still do really good stuff with JML. But this Old Republic team, man, I think it's going to be dynamite. I mean, every legendary, there's been very few, even Dad Bod Boba Fett now with Asajj in the game. Um, that's really up that bounty hunter team. DTMG right now, his cron is ridiculous, and that team with Imperial Remnant is really gross. So there are times these legendary characters fall to the wayside a little bit, but for the most part, most of the legendary characters, I mean, look at them, are conquest characters, especially conquest characters, Malicos, Bane. Good God, they
Fucking
slap.
Bane.
They absolutely slap. Oh my God, he's so good.
Yeah.
So I think she's going to be at that level. I mean, this kid is just extraordinary. When I was reading this, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a pain in the ass. Oh my God.
Yep.
Like, this is going to suck to fight.
We get to talk about something that's actually quite scary in a kit that I only realized the other day when I actually went digging for it because I was asked a question. And I'll ask Ranger the question, and then if he doesn't know the answer, we've got the answer. But it is
Okay.
scary. It is scary. So we'll do Into the Fray. So dispels all debuffs on all enemies. Mass cleanse is always nice. All buffs on all enemies, sorry. Deal physical damage again, and deal true damage equal to 20% of Satele Shan's protection to all enemies. That on its own would have been a good special. But then you've got daze all enemies for 2 turns, reduce their tenacity by 10% stacking till the end of the battle. That's just pure gross. Old Republic allies recover protection equal to 50% of Satele's max protection. Old Republic attackers gain Jedi Will for 2 turns, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. And Satele gains defense up and tenacity up for 2 turns. The Omi is Grand Arena. Enemies that are not dazed at the end of this turn lose 10% max health stacking, and Satele gains that much max protection.
Gross.
It's a cooldown of 4. That's gonna happen quicker than you think. Substantially quicker than you think. It is gross.
Yes.
What did you
And
figure out the
yeah.
damage was? 300,000 or something, right?
We're about to get to that because we're going to the leadership. Now, in the leadership, there is a weird clause, Ranger. There's a weird clause. And I want to just, before we get into it, they do true damage based on Satele's protection in the, in the unique, not the, what's it? Where is it? It's somewhere here. And they just do true damage whenever they assist. Is it in the leadership?
I can't remember if it was in the leadership or one of her. Is
It's in the GAC army for the leadership. So whenever they attack out of turn, they deal bonus true damage based on Satele's max protection. Do you know what that figure is? What it's based on? Because it is a percentage of. So I'll give people an idea. Usually, when it's this, it's between 1% and 10. It's very rare that it's above 10, and it's usually around 5 to 6%. She is 20.
Yeah, didn't they say they do 20% in the previous thing we just
It,
read?
yeah. So the true damage is a 20% true damage bonus based on her max protection. Her max protection is going to be sat around 300k at the start of the fight. The special before we just talked about, it adds potentially thousands of max protection to her. So when you think that 300k, if she does a mass assist like Revan does with his little pointy stick, because he calls himself, remember, he calls himself, that will be 300k true damage.
Oof.
If your GL does not have any protection, there is no GL that survives that.
It's, as I said, it's gross. It's like, oh my God.
So her whole thing is like, oh yeah, I'm going to do damage to you. I'm going to give myself protection and offense. I'm going to do the holy shit. She is just, as a leader, it is insane. Whenever the attack marked enemies, reduce the cooldowns by 2. Whenever the attack out of turn, it decrease the cooldown by 1. That 4 cooldown we've just talked about and the 3 cooldown and Revan's mark, that's just going to be permanent.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to somebody, and what's going to happen if you have it on defense? Revan is going to go mark. He's then going to assist, get to his next go and go mark, and then he's going to pass the turn. And then it's literally always going to be mark, mark, pass, mark, mark, pass. That's all he's ever going to do. He'll never basic. It's going to be absolutely disgusting if they got one. Once one target is marked, it's over.
Do you think
you are in for a rough ride?
Do you think you'd put her on defense though?
So
I don't know yet, because it's going to be really good on offense. But then again, I always like to put the new teams on defense just to see how they do, because anytime you can find anything on defense that either steals a lot of banners or is a pain in the ass and forces folks, especially in Kyber 1, to have to use something big on it, like a GL or something, because GLs do neutralize a lot of this kit, right? That's what I'm thinking, because if they have to use one of those GLs there, then that means they're not using it on a lesser team. So when I'm thinking of GSC defense, that's what I'm going to think. So possibly she could be. I think it. I lean toward defense with this kit because it has so much protection recovery. It does a lot of damage. You know, the true damage. You can't be messing around with it. I'm sure there'll be some counters, hard counters to this team, obviously, that will come about, because that's just the way it is in this game. But yeah, and if there's any, this is just a kit. This is not with a cron of any sort. You imagine a cron with protection on this kit on top of everything with any level 6s and stuff. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
I mean, good Lord, you're going to have to come correct with it. Even in 3s, you're going to have to come correct, because if you got Satele, Basel, and Revan sitting there in 3s on defense, you're going to have to come correct on that thing, or you're going to get hosed.
The big one for me is I sat there and it's like, you look at what the Stranger's best counter is at the moment. It's Lord Vader, end of. Just throw
down.
Lord Vader at it and walk away. And even that is nowhere near 100% because we've seen it fail. So if this team can draw anything like that, where it's like you have to slacker it, for example, because that is the cleanest answer and all the other GLs are a bit and there's no real counter outside of it, that just means she's going to live on defense. And that's the biggest thing here. It's how scary is this team. The protection up just from like the game protection from the leadership is at 50%. Whenever she taunts, she gains protection up. So you're going to want health secondaries and protection primaries on as much as this as you can. But are we going to be seeing people trying to get health kits on her with as much speed as you can, just so that we can max out that protection up? Because protection up's based on health. There is going to be some really messed up potential builds here, because you could also do offense because she gains 50% offense.
I don't think she'll hit that hard. I don't know if I'd go offense. Tanks typically just, it's possible. I
Yeah.
think a speed set with protection primaries and health secondaries would be really, really smart on this build if you want to go, and even if you want to go offense, right? But
Yeah.
we have to see her speed. If she's really fast, you do want her going fast. Then yeah, if
So
she's really, really slow, then if she's just a call and assister, then maybe offense might be the way.
So I'll just pull it all up because I've already been going through loads of this data, and I've only been looking at R10 for her. I'm not looking below that to be 100%.
Right.
Her speed is 161, so she's
Oh yeah,
not
she's fast. She's
she's not
decent then.
ridiculously fast, but she is fast enough. You're
Yeah,
looking at
she can.
hitting 300 is easy enough done. The big one for me is at R10, she's only at 5,700 offense, physical.
Yeah.
Now, even things like Starkiller are only at 7 or 8. So she's still not ridiculously bad. There are tanks out there that are substantially lower. I'm just going to pull up, for instance, we'll take Ahsoka R10. Ahsoka R10. Hers is actually lower than Satele's is. And Ahsoka hits like a freight train once she gets
Ahsoka?
going. Yeah,
Yeah.
GL Ahsoka. And that's just another tank. Now, does that mean that she's going to be a super heavy hitter? No. But in her leadership, it is that 50% offense game. Does that mean we are going to see weird builds? Hell yes. This
I
is the
might do
type of
that.
one where me, Ranger, Tass, we're all going to mod different. It is going to come down to go and look at what we've got, go and look at where you are in the game, and then talk to us. Like, Ranger will explain why he's chosen his mods. Tass will do the same. I do the same. For God's sake, my Lord Vader is modded very differently to everybody else's, and I have some horrific holds when he's on defense. Just because I mod it very differently. And it's just interesting that she is gonna hit hard enough to be respectable.
Yeah, the reason I'm kind of leaning toward speed, health, right, with protection, health secondaries, and speed. A lot of times it's like I look at her as a tank. Yes, she'll hit hard, but I'm always looking at the survivability. Like the higher her stuff is, I'll let the other guys do the damage because she is going to be buffing the hell out of them with the mark and everything like that. Plus, she's getting the 50% bonus. I always look at a tank as how survivable can I make the tank because I want them, to be taking those hits and stuff. It's kind of like how we treat Maul in the new Stranger team, like high health. Yes, he can ramp up. Yes, he can do some serious damage. She's going to be the same way. But if he's dead, then he's not doing anything. So if he can't take the hits that you're going to get from these crazy teams, then that's kind of where I'm leaning more to where I'm going to go really crazy on the protection and health. Kind of like a JML build, with like speed and health, but my JML's got a 150,000 protection and 140,000 health, right? So he's a beefy boy, but that protection really does matter. So that's kind of where I'm leaning with her, but
So
I'm still open to suggestions.
Yeah. So a couple of other things to look at with her is Hero from Revan. So that gives 5% max protection, max health, and crit damage. So there's a good thing. You've also got Revan Savior bullshit, which is going to fuck somebody up if that is the first one. Remember, she has a weird thing where they level at 50% health, I think it is, or 25. There's that as well.
Yeah.
If you're running Juhani with her, where is it? Falls below health, galactic then gain health up to. That's TW. That won't be used with her regular because remember, Mission gains the Jedi tag when she's in TW if you've got the army. So that's another big thing to talk about there. That only affects others. Doesn't affect others. Force bond with is if Jedi Knight Revan or Satele Shan is in the leader slot, gains 70% accuracy, potency, and tenacity. The leader also recovers protection from legendary battle meditation. If Darth Revan is in the enemy squad, that she gains advantage and retribution. So there is going to be other things that are coming into play. For God's sake, for a while, we are going to be using Bindo with her, which means like he's getting more. He grants allies protection up for 2 turns equal to 30% of his max health. We're probably going to be remodding him to go even more into max health than we've ever done. Just so that we can go, oh, here is Satele with ridiculous amount of protection on herself. But by the way, Bindo gives her even more. And Revan gives even more. It's going to get gross relatively quickly.
Yeah. Throw protection with her, as I said,
Yeah.
on a Datacron. I
Yeah.
tell you, man, this team is going to be. When her kit first came out, I read this. I was like, oh my God. I had like when Maliko's kit first came in, I remember I was with, what was this? I suck at names, but we were looking at the kit together and it was just like, what is this? What is this? Oh my God, what have you done? This is a game changer. Holy moly. But that's just the way Conquest characters are. I mean, they're all just insane.
Yeah.
From the stranger to now her, Malgus is another one. They're just, these kits are just, they are definitely game changers. They really changed the board. And the more you're reading all that stuff, I'm definitely putting her on defense.
Yeah.
Tons of protection, make life miserable.
I like the character. I'm loving the kit. My only one is, can I pull Revan away from Luke?
I can.
That's the big one for me. Like at the moment, I think I could happily pull him away, at least to test.
How often do you
At
use
least
Luke
to
though?
test.
What do you use Luke for?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't use Luke
Yeah.
in 5 and 3s. It's like I'm using it on other stuff, but it's not mainly a GL
Like
fight. It's like just to get extra banners.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
maybe
okay with this.
like he's always just sitting there at the end of GAC, and I'll use him on something, but it's
Right.
not because I need to use him. It's just I think, well, I probably should use him because feel sorry for him just fucking sitting there. He's great in Conquest, right? So he's an absolutely an amazing character, just not PvP.
For me, I find that I do use him usually on teams where it's a case of I do not want to risk too many banners.
So which teams are you using him for?
Yeah, I use him as an other man a lot for extra banners.
Yeah. Like Balin, he can smash in a very fun way. You can smash out Gungans with him if you haven't got Treya or something like that, where it's just a case of, you know what, I just want this over and done with.
But I don't think you need Revan for those teams, though. So that's what I'm saying. I'm with Mike on this. I think we can easily pull Revan and still have the same uses that we had for JML before and have an even better team on defense, right? Because
this is where I was going with it is I think at least for the first week, I will pull him off and I will put him with her and it will go down on defense as per usual. And it will then be, I need to see the data. Once we have got that first round of data, it'll be great. We'll actually know what the fuck we're doing. But until then, it's like, okay.
Will she drop at the same time this era ends, or is it?
No.
Okay.
No, she
No,
drops next month. Next
That'd
month.
be the
she'll
week, the
she'll
month
she'll
before. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So what we got 2 weeks till the next conquest. This will be her. So yeah, about a month from a little less than that she'll be in.
Second week of 3s, she will be in the game
Oh shit.
and live.
Okay.
So
And I will take her to Relic 10 because I
Same.
think as a tank, those stats she'll get are going to be silly poo poo stats. So yeah, she's one of those characters because I didn't even have any hesitation when the Stranger came out and Maul was announced. I was like, yep, Relic 10. I once I saw the kit and saw what it does, I was like, yep, Relic 10. No hesitation whatsoever on that. But if you get her to 9, I mean, 7's a good starting block if you're an earlier count, stuff like that. But if you're later game, 9 at least, because tanks at 9 get a ridiculous boost in stats, and then 10 just is a chef's kiss on that for tanks as well. That's why I want to take Lord Vader. Even though he's not a tank, GL's get a big bump at Relic 10, and his kit working with the troopers now with those extra stats he gets from all that. Yeah. But yeah, this is one I'm just like, yeah, Relic 10. No, yeah, I'm good.
yeah. The other thing with Relic 10 is it gives potency and tenacity.
Yeah.
She's got buffs and debuffs she's picking out. It's worth putting the potency on her. It's worth it. So
you mentioned that
Yeah.
she fights with Malgus. So in the we sort of had a couple of matchups where like Gungans beat Trench, and it's sort of like that thematical, rivalry sort of thing. She's gonna absolutely smash the shit out of Malgus, right?
Oh yes.
Like this team is not even Malgus is not even gonna come close, right?
The reason the Malgus team works so well is defense. The value for defense on things like Malak is the reason you struggle to kill him. True damage does not give a shit about your defense and does not give a shit about your armor. It literally just goes, go away. Straight through.
Well, the thing too with her basic, and if she's putting healing immunity and buff immunity on, he's hosed.
Yeah.
Like he's not recovering like he normally does with this team. He's going to get slapped because a lot of times you try to avoid Malak until the end, right? And then finish him off. You're trying to get the other pieces off the board, but yeah, this team does not give two shits about that. So like you can still burn Dark Bastila and then fuck Malak up second and be just fine.
Isn't one of the Omicron that gives Fearless as well? An instant defeat immunity. So on the leadership Omicron, like Fearless means like the Darth Revan fear is like a massive part of that team.
Yep. They're immune to stun.
Not even gonna work.
They gain Fearless and instant defeat immunity for 2 turns.
Yeah.
That's insane. Yeah, so they're gonna have their way with Sith Empire. Like you can go directly you can go right after Malak, burn the tanks, and then say, "Well, what do you got left for me?" Because we don't care.
Yeah. Like you've got 2 turns to blow them out of the water, and okay, yes, Malak is going to be a thick bastard, and people are probably going to move him away from being the tenacity monster that they've got him as now, to go over to a health or protection build, so he's as chunky as possible to survive. Like, oh, here's the mark, get fucked moment. Because 300k extra damage is probably going to be enough to finish him off if you haven't got him as a full health build.
I don't think I'd be using this against them. Like, this is way overkill.
Oh, yeah. This is basically going to be that moment of, hold my bear, I just need to overkill this. Okay. If you're going to throw this at it, I'm going to laugh. Because it will be funny to watch. Because it is going to be mass murder.
Yeah.
I just really hope they've done something with like a sneaky animation where when Malgus does his big slap, if it's on her, she literally goes, and it's like,
Well, it looks like she
Uh-oh.
did in the cinematic. Give him a kick to the head. It's like,
Yeah.
that's what you get.
If they've done something like that and hidden it from all of us, that would be absolutely freaking incredible. Do I think they've done that? No. That is just like me and Ranger would be like, the second we saw it, it'll just be like, I'm making that happen in every fight. I don't care.
Such a nerd, and I love it.
Yeah.
So
It would be that moment of, none of the Discords would be safe. It would be, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Have you seen this clip?
team wise, what are we thinking? Satele obviously is the leader. Bastila,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we're agreeing Jedi Knight
Be-
Revan now.
Yes.
yeah, so Revan is 100% going to be there.
Jolie.
Jahani,
I don't think we go
Jahani,
Juhani. I kind of like Mission here because if she gets the Jedi tag with that damage and she's under stealth and she's doing her
she
thing, Jesus.
only
Or is that
gets
only
the
TW?
Jedi tag in TW.
TW.
All right. So
So in normal, it
Ooh.
has to be Satele Shan, Revan, Jahani, Bastilla, Jolie. In TW, I can quite literally see you still dropping Jahani to take mission because you're then the Jedi list because Jahani has a home in TW.
Star Killer.
Well,
Star
when we
Killer.
lose the Maul army.
Yeah.
When we lose this Maul Cron, she'll move back to Starkiller and Maul and Stranger bullshit games, especially in TW.
Yeah.
It's one of those of there is no way that isn't happening. We can all see the writing on the wall of once this Cron is gone, we need something to make that team more of an arse. Well, this is more of an arse. Enjoy.
And Jahani
So
as a second tank, I guess, could work. That's why I think we're getting another Old Republic Jedi of some sort because
yeah.
double tank, it's Jahani. Yeah, she'll hit, but it's like, ugh.
She's not the greatest of tanks.
No, she's not.
The only thing for me is a lot of people are going to have things like Bindo at R5. So you're
You have to
probably going
take
to
them.
want to bump him to 7 at least, especially with
Mhm.
Relic Delta kicking around because that shit is just 5 is going to
It does.
vaporize.
Although I had something weird happen the other day, like in my first JC match, I'm using Mandos versus mine are like Relic 8-9. I'm facing a Gungan team, wiping the floor with it. And of course, they still get their AoEs off and stuff, and that's fine. My regular bow just sitting there. Bombardier was the last one. And little cocksucker, I don't know he did this at Relic 5 versus Relic 8 or 9. One shotter. I was like, what the frick? That's like Relic Delta can be weird sometimes. Like, how does that happen? Like,
Yeah.
what the hell? What the hell? I was like, no,
Like,
man. So Relic Delta can be funky, but you do want to get that percentage as close to not being a factor as possible, even though it's being very weird. I get weird stuff like that happens. I'm like, there's no way in this earth that Relic 5 Bombardier takes out regular bow with this little thing. I was like, what the hell is this shit?
yeah,
let's
the
say
one for me is like when we look at the weirdness that this team's got in it, it's got a lot of weird shit to it. It's got a lot of cross kit where you're going from Satele to Revan into Bastilla kit and then over to Jolie's kit and then back to Bastilla and then back to Satele. And you sat there going, oh God, this is potentially one of those kits where holy shit, things could be broken just because we haven't had kits this complicated in a long time. Hopefully it isn't, but you guys all know me and Ranger could throw him further than me, but as far as we can throw CG is as far as like we want to trust that.
Mm.
So big kits like this are complicated.
Assuming we're getting another Jedi for this team, what is the character? I know nothing about
I
Old
don't know.
Republic, so
Oh,
There's quite a few that they could bring in. I just don't know which one they're going to pick.
okay.
we all know what would be the answer if they did the next era, and it was going to be Old Republic. It would be leading to Revan Reborn. This would get a
Oh,
rewrite of a kit, which would make
my
it
time
all
has
be.
come.
It would then be Revan Reborn or Jedi Revan goes with Bastilla, and oh, there we go, we're off. That would be god tier because we'd get a whole new set of Old Republics to use with it. That
Which would be nice.
would be insane. I would absolutely love that to happen.
Well, the
And
next era has to be
usually,
raid stuff, though.
yes. Well,
But
this era,
when does that ever stop them from using a team that's not from that era or situation in the raid?
well,
Look at this
this
Order
is
66 raid.
this is something that I've had conversations with. So the next era, a month into the era, officially the new raid is here.
Yeah.
That means this era is raid.
Yeah, true.
Like,
what did we
people
get?
are saying, oh, well, they haven't said that this era is going to be the raid yet. And it's like, well, when did they tell us about bloody Bad Batch being in the raid? Oh, wait, wasn't that a week and a half before the raid came out?
Yeah. Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
You
It's that moment of
these? Fuck you.
yeah. It's that moment of people saying, oh, but they've said that they'll do this. And it's like, yes, they may have said that they want to tell us in advance where possible. But my biggest advice to people is Meathead can only tell us what he's allowed to tell us. He might know that these are the new raid unit, but he might not tell us because he can't.
I don't know if the next era is going to be the raid. I mean, it could be. So, I mean, the raid has been around for a while, but I think that if I'm being honest, I don't think we're going to get the new raid till the fall.
Yeah.
With the GL being a part of that, because I think we'll get this era of Andor. I think some of the marquees in the next era might be a part of the raid, or a team might be a part of the raid, but I don't think we're going to get the raid. I could be wrong on this, but I just feel like, but this era ends in what, April, May? Like May, June, July, we get like the next era. It has some characters for the raid. And then, August, September, October, something like that, where we get the raid itself with the GL announcement, and then start the end of the year with something, another legendary or something like they always do.
I'm really hoping I am wrong, by the way. It's not I want this to be the case. It's just the way
you do.
They said it, that this raid will be no. The way that they said it, of they want this raid to be 12 months, it falls midway through the next era.
Yeah, but there's no
every
guarantee
single raid.
It's going to be right on 12 months.
Well, here's the thing. Every single raid where they've said, oh, this is the actual time frame, when they extended the last one, they said, oh, we're extending it by 6 months, and 3 months later we had the new raid. This is
that might be the possibility. That's why it's still it
Yeah.
could be like you're saying the year mark, but then we may not, like 3 or 4 months down the line, get the new raid still, right?
Yeah.
With the announcement.
I'm really hoping that it is later in the year, and these are to do with absolutely fuck all. But I've got to hope that.
Yeah.
But we
It's
also
that moment
thought that the Bad Batch were filler content.
Yeah, we've thought that before and got burned. So it's and that's really a communication problem with Capital Games, right? So although with the new era system, I mean, exactly all the characters ahead of time, and then what's coming down the road, or you can make a pretty damn good guess. So I think we'll have a pretty good idea once we get through the Andor stuff.
Yep.
We'll get the announcement of what's coming next. We'll get all the characters. We'll have a pretty good idea of what they've got in store. Because back in the day, we always had to, each character would come in slowly. We didn't know really much, and then we would be able to read the tea leaves and figure it out, like where they were going with stuff. But now it's like, no, here it is, Andor, bam, here you go. Here are the teams. Here are the characters. This is the new legendary. Invest or not, your choice.
But even now
So yeah,
with the way the errors are, we can't use those characters for 3 or 12 weeks, right?
no,
So if they're going to be
right.
part of the raid, the next error is going to be like what, October or something before we can have them in our account to use in the raid, let alone whatever the hell stars you've got them to.
And this is the big thing, and this is why I am worried that this is the raid team because the next one's so late. Like,
We'll see.
we just need the information, and yes, communication is the issue. We do want to know, and like if they came out today and said this is for the new raid, we don't need the new raid info. We just need to know we need to farm this shit. Because I know there are people out there that are saying, "Oh, I'm not spending on these because they're leading nowhere." That's all we need to know is what to spend on.
I think the good news though with the raid, right, is that now the pirates have been in Order 66, it means they can also be on the Death Star. They can be in the Crate Dragon raid.
Yeah,
they could just
Yeah.
be everywhere,
yeah.
right? They could just they've got no right being with the Order 66, so
Oh
they'll
no,
be fucking everywhere.
no, Mike. Remember, Hondo blew up the Death Star.
That's what I mean.
Hondo
There you go.
also threw Sidious down the shaft, so
Yep.
it's fine.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hondo did everything in Star Wars.
Well, no, he didn't. He didn't throw cities down the shaft. Vader still did that, but Honda was there to help Luke to make
Yeah.
sure that that happened.
So the
Yes.
pirates are
As
going to
is
be part of
tradition.
the next raid, and the one after that, and the one they'll just be in every raid. Just a guaranteed team, every raid.
Yeah. It will always have Pirate King Hondo. Always.
Hot take: go on R10. All of your pirates ready for the next 17 raids.
Don't give people ideas.
Yeah.
But yeah, like honestly, like this kit, if it is like the next one is like Revan Reborn or any old Galactic Republic, I would love it. It just means that we've got more shit to play with, and it gives me more shit to theorycraft around. Because yeah, I love the kit. I love the character. I love the kit. The only thing that's missing for me is some form of FU to Malgus. And I would have loved it to have been in the kit as a complete FU to Malgus. Like something like if he tried to dunk her, it would always miss, or it had like a evasion of like 1,000 on it. So there was a very slim chance it would hit. But I think it's going to dunk on the team anyway. So
The whole kit
it's
is
one
that.
of those.
Yeah.
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 It would have just been that moment of you're feeding the lore nerds something that we would have loved. And I think that's the only thing this kit is missing is something lore nerds would just go and just be there giggling over for the next 6 months. Because it'll just be like, oh, I'll take it to kill Malgus. Why? Because yeah, it's just 100% dunk on it. So then, yeah, anybody that puts Malgus on defense knows what's going to happen. But how often have you seen Malgus on defense? In all honesty, nowadays,
Have you got any follow up
seen
or
it
Too
rounding up
often.
comments about Satele Ranger?
No, I think we covered it pretty well.
Yeah.
I,
All right.
honestly, guys, if you are farming Conquest for her, get her. Like
She is
you
going to be
don't
good.
you don't need to red crate because I know Ranger doesn't red crate next one. He gold crates because he's bought all the shards because he's a crazy person.
Well, I mean,
But
it's just what I do. Like I get it to where, the I call it farm conquests because every third conquest I barely need like one of the weaker crates and I've had the character done. So that way I can just sit in sector 4 and just farm datacron material. That's what I did before, but I usually on this one I just get to sector 4. I'll finish sector 5 just because I want the impulse detectors. I always get the impulse detectors on this third round of conquest, but I don't have to stress or worry, about, anything. Because at this point, I think I have 175 at Basel right now. So if I get just the 20 out of, from the episode pack, that puts me at what, 195. I mean,
And then you buy the
you know,
20 as you're going through, you're over the
right.
requirement that you need so you can
Yeah.
gold crate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, once everything's said and done, it's like, yeah. So,
Yeah.
well, actually, no, I should have she's at 265 right now. 90, yeah, she's at 265 out of 330 right now. Sorry. I was thinking before we got our rewards, she was at 175, but she's at 265. So it's 265 out of 330. She's at 285 out of 330. Again, that's like blue crate or whatever. It's like,
Yeah. Yep.
that's nothing.
Yep.
Like for me, I'll be what, 225 at the end of this one. And yeah, I need to red crate, but that's because I red crate. But honestly, I think she's potentially going to be a terrorizing team. There is definitely potential there. Whether it's stranger levels of potential of that current menace that we've got, I don't. Do you think she's going to be a menace like Stranger Ranger?
I think she's going to be a pain in the ass. I don't know. I don't think the team as strong as Stranger because of Maul being added to the Strangers team. That's two really dynamite characters. So I think she's going to be kind of like she's going to be like Maliko's level where on offense and defense she's going to do some stuff. I don't know if it's at the same level as Stranger, but Stranger is just in a different class because of what they did, moving Star Killer there and then adding Maul. That's a different kind of team altogether.
Yeah. Nuts.
No, it's big time nuts. That
Yeah,
team
well,
is no joke. So yeah, I think she's going to be really really good. I think she'll be good on defense. I think she's going to be a good banner stealing team because that's going to be annoying to deal with, and with the efficiency fighters out there in Kyber One, that'll be a team that they'll look to put on defense just to try to steal stuff. But we'll come up with like some kind of hard counter to it, and be the most efficient with it. But yeah,
right.
Um.
So that is the kit done, I think. I
Yep.
think we've covered it to death, which is the fun part. Now, viewers' questions have we got, Mike?
There is Bane
am
put
not
one
even-
in there, and then we had that one in chat. Go over.
Cool. Right. If you would like to read them out, I will
Yep.
try and find where I've hidden Discord
All right.
so that I can do the entertainment that Jabba the bot hasn't replied. Bad Jabba.
All right.
Right.
So in chat we had a question. Do you guys think we will see more use for the conquest characters? I have the Stranger and Relic 9 working on Satele. What real use do they have in the game right now? Ranger?
tons. I mean, conquest units. It's mainly PvP. They are designed for PvP, whether it's GAC or TW. But they're just overall powerful. Like, Satil is GAC, but you can have those TW Omicrons on the other guys that you can use the team in TW, and it makes it really, really interesting. Outside of that, I mean, will they be able to kick the shit out of stuff in TB and Conquest? Absolutely. I was just having fun running Stranger and Maul and Conquest. It was like, yeah, I can just put this on auto. This is a no-brainer in Sector 5. Just they'll do their work, Star Killer drops that damn Star Destroyer like fast.
Yep.
So they I think they're just overall really, really good characters. And if you're really into PvP, that's what they're designed for. You can go back through all of them. Some are more defensive oriented in GC, but some are more offense, right? Like Malikos compared to Malgus. So no, they're PvP for sure. But I still think with how good the kits are, right? And TB running an Old Republic Jedi teams is legit now with her in there because uh, they just do good work. So
And like, because
The
Darth
one
Moff Dark Trooper Moff Gideon are using TW. Jocasta Nu is in that like the Jedi Mace Windu. Queen Amidala I used.
mhm.
Luthen. Yeah.
Yeah. So the big one for me here is any of the newer conquest shit is going to be used. Certain ones like Cat is always going to be used because it's connected to a GL. What will happen is, yeah, eventually it might fall back in the okay, it's not really usable now category, but you'll still see it. It'll still get use. But when new shit lands, it is usually shit hot for at least 6 to 9 months.
Yeah.
Like even when Luthen dropped, he was a menace for over 6 months. Absolute menace. Is he still usable? Yes, because whenever there is a cron that allows you to do certain things, his team becomes right. I've got to GL that fucker now, and you're sat there going, "But it's Luthen. I don't want to GL him." And you sit there and you go, "But if I trayer it, yeah, I'll get them all down to red and this, that." Oh yeah, they're just going to eat the fucking team. Before, yeah, I'm going to have them all red. So whatever I throw at them next, I'm going to kill it. The 2-shot. You really want that? No.
Here's
So
here's the
I
thing
think
about
they're going to be useful.
so with Conquest, right? Let's take a step back. With the new era setup, we obviously are gonna struggle slash it's impossible for us to have ships. Do you think that the ships are basically now Conquest? Or do you think we're gonna get back like the Galactic Chase for ships? Like
Yeah, they'll introduce it that way, conquest, and then yeah, they'll do some kind of, I don't know. They could always do an era where they do ships.
but then the whole
Yeah.
Like if they wanted to do a
Colosseum
whole
has to
new
be
fleet.
redesigned because
I know, and that's why I was
Yeah.
like, they could, but then how does that work with the
yeah,
Colosseum? And I just don't see
yeah.
it. So, is it possible? Yes, that's why I mentioned it. But I tend to lean to you. There'll be conquest ships added, and there'll be some more chases, things of that nature that they'll do. Something along those lines where we get
Yeah.
ships separate. I still don't know to this day why ships are not expedited. Like we get all these characters after a year, they get expedited.
Yep.
You know, we've never done it with ships. I don't understand that because ship farming sucks. That's why more than anything when ships
Yep.
come out, I go hard for them because farming ships is awful. The drop rate is awful. It's ridiculous. So I hate it.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I would always say that they need to do something with ships. They need to, if they want us to still be farming ships, they need to bring more to the game for us to freaking do with ships. Whether they'll do a ship era, I very much doubt it. I honestly think they're probably going to go back to chases. Or we are going to get like an era and it's going to be like next year. It won't be this year. They'll get the era system sorted out. And then it'll be, oh, by the way, here's a ship era. I think it's either going to be we start getting chases and shit back for ships, or don't expect ships this year, and next year it'll just be, oh, by the way, here is 6 ships. Enjoy.
Yeah.
And that'll just be pure gross. But if that is the way it's going to be, okay.
Well, not only that, you have also got the problem of the leveling up of the ships. So
Yeah.
the error levels are all set up at certain checkpoints to be Gear 12 or, Relic 1 or whatever. That will need to be adjusted to suit ships as well. So, I agree, Ranger. It's definitely not impossible. It's just a lot of fucking around for 6 ships.
It's just I mean I tend not to think that's what they're going to do because I'm just like, how does that even work just
Yeah.
structurally? But then again,
Unless
Nothing
we were,
surprises me anymore.
unless we
Yeah.
were to get like a fleet Death Star raid or something this year, and they copy and
Right.
paste, make it look a little bit different. But yeah, I don't know, just a lot of work for not a lot of gain, I think.
Yeah, they're just. I think they're just filling out ships. I think we eventually will get another capital ship and fleets, but I just don't think it's priority because they're just so hot and cold, like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde with ships. We have a ton and then nothing, right? And I just don't think they've ever fully committed to ships. And I don't think they know what to do with ships because they've made it a part of the game, but they never fully gone into it. So yeah, we got to work on them. We got to have them. We need it for crystals and GAC and TW and all this stuff, but they haven't really gone ham on anything ships in a bit. And I think it's a big deal when they do, because if you guys remember the launch of the Leviathan, the last meta fleet, that was a disaster.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a hot
That's
minute. We may get some filler ships, but I don't see us getting any kind of new fleet or anything in the near future.
that's very fucking generous. That was a very
Oh,
nice
it
way
was
of putting
awful.
it.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
Yeah.
No, it was a disaster.
it
It was a
was.
straight up
Yeah,
disaster. Oh my God, that was so brutal.
yeah,
Holy moly, guacamole.
yeah.
Yeah. I can't even call it a disaster. That was just yeah, there is no words for how bad that was because it
It
was
was a
like,
clusterfuck.
we
It was a
fit.
big old clusterfuck. There was all
Yeah.
kinds of shit wrong. The ships were all wonky. Remember, we could take what's that? And kill the
Insta
capital
killing
ship.
capital ships. Yeah.
Like, really? I don't think that's what you. I do not think that's what you wanted. Because I mean, although in the lore, smaller ships do take out capital ships and stuff, but the Mark 6 interceptor one-shotting the Leviathan, I don't think is what they had in mind. Could be
Yeah,
Yeah.
wrong, but yeah,
But
yeah,
it was just stupid stuff like that that right at the start of the Leviathan was just okay. It's not a great thing. But then you go back to it even now and you go, what the fuck went wrong?
I
And we're
don't know,
still
man.
like, you look at it and it's like, oh yeah, we updated it, we updated it, we updated it. It was what, 15, 16 updates to get to where we are now. And then
Yeah.
recently they updated it again. And it
Well,
was
then we
like,
had. Oh, then they bring in Dengar's ship, which completely flipped things on its head. We're like,
yeah,
why are you doing this? Because at that point, the meta was actually pretty solid, right? It was
yeah,
pretty well established. But they wanted to bring in Dengar, and man, was that a disaster because it completely threw things off. I always say that I think when it comes to testing, CG just tests to make sure it works, not like the actual game mechanics and stuff. It
yeah,
does the ship come in? Does it go pew pew? That kind of testing, but they don't actually look at like have people testing in an environment where they're going, all right, let me try Leviathan versus this. Let me try Leviathan versus that, and making sure that, there's no holes with the kit and things
yeah,
happening when it comes in, because you can make sure it works, it comes in, but then you get all these crazy, if you're not actually getting there and grinding out battles to see if there's anything you're catching when it does that. And I don't think CG does that well enough. That's why we get all these crazy fucking bugs and shit when it comes in. Now, some bugs that's just when you introduce something new, software can be wonky and coding, right? That's
yeah,
that's not what we're talking about here. This is like, how did you not catch this
yeah.
with the kit that it does
It
this?
the biggest thing for ship stuff and anything like that is there is such a limited number. You could make a list and go to a load of different testers and go, okay, I need you to run this 10 times top to bottom of this list and put the results. You would catch every goddamn bug because there is what, 8 capitals, 9, 10 capitals, I think, or something around that.
Yeah.
That's not going to take you a week to do. I could probably knock that out in an afternoon.
Well, I used to be a part of the beta program. We would get the new
Yeah,
stuff. We would test it
gonna
immediately,
say.
find out what was working and stuff. And
Yeah.
and back in the day, I always say this when we did have the beta program. I know there was issues with it and stuff, but we would catch stuff, and a lot of crap didn't get into the game because of the testing we were doing on that. I mean, look at Relic Delta. The reason Relic Delta is what it is because they allowed people to get into a test environment, test that stuff, put in input, fine tune it, right? But we used to do that back in the day with the characters, Maul and Lord Vader and all these characters that are now in the game. We were testing that stuff, and we would catch stuff like, sorry, that's broken, or that's not working, and because we would sit there and just test it against everything, and that's invaluable information, you know. To fine tune kits like that, I think is really, really important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's just ridiculous that when it comes around to ships, there are issues when the pool isn't big enough. I could understand it in bloody like missing like an interaction with Ugnaught or this Jawa scavenger or this or
Sure.
this, like something like that in teams that you've missed. There is too many where even if you had a really big testing program, there's more of us than them. We're gonna find it. But when it
But
comes to
ships,
ships, there
uh-uh.
isn't an excuse. Ships is too small of a pool, and even like myself doing shit like the scimitar and the levy team and doing stuff like what's the other one that we can use, the Empire one.
Fire bomber.
What Chimera Executrix, unless you're talking
No,
bounty hunters.
in the levy team to make sure that you win as well.
Oh, scimitar.
Oh, you're talking about doing the yeah, I know what you're talking about, but yeah.
Yeah, you've got scimitar, but you've also got the other one, the one that looks like a big pancake.
Scythe?
Not the scythe. I've got
Big
my game back
pancake.
open. I'm just trying to spot it. Reaper.
A Reaper, yeah.
Yeah. So either of those, you
You think that
call
looks
them
like a
in
pancake?
first. Well, it's a dodgy pancake. That
It's a
was the
dodgy pancake,
The
man. British
the UK has different
explanation.
standards of food, remember?
I know.
But it's that moment of, oh look, instead of doing blow the hangers, you call either of those, and then you blow the hangers in the next one. You call in then the interceptor, and away you go. It's that simple. Either of those win that fight for you. And it's like initially, I know that they tried to stop the TIE Reaper with one of the updates, and it was like, why are you trying to make this coin flip? Like, and that's where then the scimitar got found, and then they gave up because it was like, yeah, we will
Yeah, at
find
this
it.
point, it's still a coin flip, but the thing is, with Relic 10, that's why I did Relic 10 on my Darth Revan. I just didn't want to deal with it. So
Yeah.
one or two things are going to happen. I'm either going to go first and get 75 banners, or I'm going to go second and get 72. It's just the way it is. But I was not going to give up because I was seeing that when I would face Relic 9 Revans versus Relic 10 with the certain lineups, I was like, that's not good. Let me just put that Relic 10 on Revan. Let's just get rid of this bullshit immediately.
It's that moment of a guaranteed 72 banners rather than a possible 75. Like,
yeah,
any of us that,
you have
any of us that play GAC know 2 banners is too close.
Yeah,
So
especially when you're trying to. You were there. I think the laws where I had to get 76 on each fleet, so I undersized each one and pulled it off. But that's why. But I couldn't do that if I didn't have a Relic 10 Revan to to use sit that part that way.
Like my opponent today, if he just like gets 65, when he gets to ships, he's got to 68, 68, and 69 with what he's got left to beat me. So it is still technically possible. If he goes into undermanning mode, it makes it easier on ships. But that's a big ask in ships.
Well, I just bring all 3 meta fleets on offense now, and I usually average like 75. you know, because it's like I'm not interested in trying to use counters. I know there are counters out there. I know they're effective, but they're not as effective, and they can lose. And I used to try that back in the day. I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I'm just going to bringing the three big boys. Whatever you placed, you can put all three meta fleets down. I'm still going to get your ass,
Yeah,
or you can go lighter, and I'm still going to get your ass.
yeah. Because if you
Like
fail those
I
off meta ones and you place your three
Your
meta
host.
ones down, you have got no options. There's not like 60 other teams you can chip it away
No.
at them. It's literally
yeah.
over. Yeah.
It comes back to that. Holy shit! There's not enough teams in this game.
Yeah. Not enough
Not
fleets.
ships wise.
Fleets.
Yeah.
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 Like a lot of the time when it comes around to fleets, I only take two of the meta ships with me on offense. But the two that I take is Levy and Profundity because, well, I can clean up anything in that three with two fleets if I have to.
Yeah, I don't even do that. I'm just like, nope, screw you, hippie. I'm going in full throttle. You're getting the full Monty right down your throat. I am not screwing around with this because I have seen, especially RNG and fleet. Oh my God, it's so brutal. So anything I can do to minimize that, I am doing it, you know, and just because I've had too many times where, you know, dodge, dodge, dodge. I'm like, man, come on now. That sucker was debuffed with less chance to dodge, and it dodged 3 times. Kiss my ass. That's ridiculous. So yeah, I'd rather play safe than sorry with fleets. And it's
Or
too easy
like
to get 76.
or Millennium Falcon not assisting, and then
Oh,
like
that's so awful. It's not that it's the thing I like if I'm using against the Radis or the Akbar fleet or the Executor, it's like I don't care because I'm going to still get good banners with that. So that's why I say I bring in the heavy hitters because any other fleet, if that happens, like especially if you're using a lesser fleet and you're counting on those hits to do certain things, that's when you can get in trouble. Like you know, you'll look at SWGoH.gg and you say, "Oh, it's got an 85% win rate." Yeah, but that 15% when it happens sucks ass. You get your ass handed to you.
Like I have even, and this is how bad it is. I failed the 3-man Levy team into
Ugh.
a home one a couple of weeks ago, where it was literally, here is 3-man Levy. You need nothing more. And it was just, I can't hit. I literally can't. Oh, fuck. And if they start critting and doing what they're going to do, it is literally, yep, okay, I've just lost. There is no playing with that RNG.
No. So why ask why? Bud dry. Just don't do it. If you can go with your best fleets, I think that's the play right now. Until something changes drastically, I just think that's the way we play this moving forward.
Yeah.
But
right.
you know, you guys do you, but I like averaging 75.
Yep.
Next question.
Next question then.
All right. So
Yep.
this is from Bane. If you were invited to a party and you were asked to add one song to a playlist, what would you choose?
Oh God.
Mine, I've got an answer because I've been thinking about it. In the Club
Go
Yeah,
by
what do
on.
you got?
In the Club by 50 Cent. That song comes on even whether you like rap or not, you're aware of that song.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to check my Spotify quickly. 'Cause I've got a load of music that I listen to all the goddamn time.
Well, if it was a club kind of environment, I would pick something, you know, a little off kilter. Like I listen to a lot of rock and other stuff, but if I had to pick one that I know people would get down for would Bleed It Out by Linkin Park because that's just a fun clap your hands and and get rowdy with it, you know, have fun with it. So but if it was more of a techno thing, I mean, there's a lot of voice trance that I could have played, you know, so but if I wanted to be a little switcheroo, if it was like a wedding or something, I'd put that in there because that would be a fun one to do.
And as I was scrolling through my Spotify to see something that I'd play, you mentioning Linkin Park, mine would be Paper Cut.
Yeah, Paper Cut's a good one, especially the remix one. Oh
Yep.
my God, I love that one.
Yeah,
Okay,
that would be
what
good.
was the one where they redid it and then had the rappers doing all the different parts and stuff in there and added all the extra lines and stuff with the Paper Cut's
Yeah.
a classic, and then that one with yeah that whole
So
album when they remixed that and the one they did with Jay-Z, man, I love listening to that. Jesus Christ, Linkin Park slaps.
yeah, honestly, that's probably the best three answers we've got.
Those are good answers. I mean, that would be some fun music, man.
Yeah, so you're gonna have something
Right.
like people are aware of. So that's pretty
Yeah,
fair.
it's not like I chose something. I went like "Living Dead Girl" by Rob Zombie, which I could have done, but
Yeah.
still. Right. So that is us done for this week, guys. Next week we'll be covering what's its kit? What's the name?
Hey, that's my part.
Sinters. Yes, I know it's your part. But more importantly, we've got to do our goodbyes. So, Ranger, pimp your shit. Because this is the bit where you get to pimp it.
Hey, I like to be a pimp. Yeah, come join me. I'll be in about 2 hours. I'm going to be doing my Jedi Academy. I'll be doing my GAC. I consistently stream over on Reality Scoot Gamers on YouTube and Twitch. Basically, the only day I don't stream is Sundays. Monday through Saturday, I'm doing either multiple streams or one big stream. Like today I'm doing this, then I'm gonna do Jedi Academy, then tonight we do other games on the channel, like we do Dungeons and Dragons and stream it on Saturday nights on the channel with the crews, the RC crew, and have fun with that. So we do other games here and there. Haven't done as much of that here lately because there's been a lot of SWGoH stuff, so I've been streaming more SWGoH stuff. But yeah, big streams are Wednesday night stream. That's the longest running live stream. We're about to get to 500 episodes on that, which is wild. We're like 5 away from that. That's insane.
Nice.
I need a life. And then Monday through Friday, I'm always doing the lunch stream, and then we do other streams as well. So yeah, just go there. You're more than welcome. We have fun. It's chill. It's relaxed. It's just come in, interact, have fun, talk nerd stuff, talk SWGoH. I'm on the front lines just like these fellas with all this new shit, trying to figure it out. Lose my mind, raging when this goddamn set 25 does some strange shit. Like, oh, Rabbi, never had you do that before.
Yeah.
Go to hell. You've ruined my GAC.
The amount of times that I've been sat in voice with you, or we've just been sat there watching, and then all of a sudden RNG just goes, "No, get fucked, Ranger." It is that moment of Ranger rages don't happen often, but when they do, they are funny.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah. So for me, guys, I am back on Sunday evening because I cannot do Monday this week coming. I'll be back then, hopefully Thursday and next Saturday. It's going to be a watch the space with myself because having an operation on my back on Monday. So do not expect me to be around much, guys. I will try and help as much with the streams that I do help with. Ranger knows probably I will be lurking, even if I'm not speaking much, because I might just be on painkillers. So yeah, one of those guys. If you need me, I'm in Discord. Same with Ranger. I know he's the exact same. Remember, guys, we're here for you guys. If you do need to talk, we understand mental health sucks. I do a lot with mental health shit. Ranger does all this shit with cancer shit. You need to talk. We are there for you. Freaking message. Before now, I've dropped off stream because somebody was in crisis and needing help.
Oh, I've done that quite a few times.
We will help you. So if you do need to talk, guys, feel free to message us. Right. Other than that, guys, I will see you soon. I will definitely be here next week, even if my camera might be slightly different because I might have to stream it from the bed. We'll see. We'll see. But other than that, guys, have fun. I will see you soon. And Mike, take us the fuck away.
Yeah. All right. So that's a wrap, guys. Massive thank you to Womprat and Ranger. A special thank you for Womprat this week. He did all the heavy lifting, organizing Ranger this week. And yeah, Ranger's like an OG content creator for SWGoH. So really, really appreciate you coming on with us, especially given that it's 8 o'clock in the morning for you. And yes, we know what
I'm
you
about
do
to go get
Friday
some
nights.
coffee.
Yep. So whether you're hanging out with us live, watching on YouTube, or listening back on like Spotify, etc., we appreciate you being part of the Hangout. If you want to support the show, in the descriptions there'll be a link tree link. You can go in there and find all the links for like Womprat, the show. We've even got Berm still up there at the moment. We want to hear you guys' thoughts on Satele, so hit us up in the comments. Let us know how you're going with their farm. Next week, as Womprat said, we'll be back to do Satele Kit. So make sure you've subscribed just to make sure you don't miss that. All the best to Womprat with his hospital trip. So everybody send him all your best wishes, prayers, and all that sort of stuff. We'll be thinking of you. I am Aussie Mike, and the Rancor is due for feeding, so you better clear out fast. We'll see you back at the Palace next week for the Hutts Hangout. Have a good night, guys.
Have fun, guys.
All right. I totally didn't think to set up a raid either.
Is anybody even doing SWGoH at the moment?
Trevor is on.
Trevor is, yeah. Okay. Boy, Trevor. Trevor Bio.
I am not even on the right screen to create a raid. God damn it.
Right, I'll get it.
Cool.
And
That's what she said.
Who's Ghost? Ghosty.
I don't know who that is. There's some new content creators that are like really small. I try to catch them as much as I can, but I don't have no clue who that is.
All right, raid has started. So everybody who's still here on Twitch with us, we're going over to Trevor Boy Gaming. He's 20. He's on the road to 500 subs, and he's 20 away. I'm wondering if that's is he meaning subs or is he meaning follows?
Subs on YouTube are the same as
YouTube?
follows on Twitch.
All right. We will see you guys next week. And thank you, Rager, for the follow.
Oh, well, I don't know why I didn't follow. It does that stuff sometimes. I'm just like, I know I follow this.
Yeah.
Why is this not followed?
Tass had the same thing about,
what
a month ago. Tass came in and he had to follow us, and like Tass is here like every morning, every Saturday.
I know it's
yeah.
Twitch been doing some strange shit lately.
Yeah.
All
right.
Have a good one,
See you guys later. All right. They've gone across.